So this video is sponsored by Pionex, one of the exchanges I use all the time. It's one of the main crypto brokers to Binance, so the volume is very high. The main thing that sets them apart though is that you can use free trading bots, a variety all designed to benefit from different market behaviours, whether that's up, down or sideways. You'll get 20% off all your trading fees for life with my link in the description. And if you join the Telegram, a lot of us already use it, so if you've got questions we can try and help you out. Hello everybody, welcome back. So let's have a look at Bitcoin and I suppose the market overall, and I won't take too much of your time. There's not a great deal to say about it. Long-term time frames still look very good, right? And I mean we will likely go on to make new all-time highs. In my expectation, probably next month, right? Next month. Short-term time frames, as in like the very, very short-term time frames, they also look okay for a potential bounce today, right? And I'm not saying that this bounce will be a reversal with a chart that looks like this on the hourly, and again we're only looking at hourly, 4 hourly and a daily. I mean, there's nothing, it's not very endearing, I have to say, but when we're looking for bounces, there are a couple of clues. I'll do that later, thank you. There are a couple of clues to suggest that we will get a bounce today, but that bounce we have to see where it'll take us, because with this kind of positioning at the moment, it does I suppose offer more potential downside in the over this week into next week potentially than more upside, right? So kind of like a mixture, right? We've got upside long term, we've got a potential bounce upside very short term. Medium term does look like it wants to come down a bit more. So let's start with the reason why we might get a bounce. So based on the hourly, we're heading back down to what might be a new low over the next few hours or so. However, we've got MACD sort of snaking up slowly but surely. So not bearish, not bullish. Basically just almost like an accumulating vibe going on here. We've got, despite lower lows forming on the price action, we've got higher highs forming, higher lows and higher highs more or less forming on the RSI. So bullish divergence, regular bullish divergence. Same with the money flow index. This is the hourly. So this, like I say, if we get another leg down, that's an opportunity for the bounce, right? And that bounce should take us back up to potentially the top side of the Bollinger Band. So we are only talking about 60, 61, and see where it takes us from there. Obviously, we're talking an hourly chart here, so it's not going to spark a full reversal based on the hourly bullish divergence. We don't have anything like that forming on the 4 hourly. On the 4 hourly, we do have an RSI which is slightly oversold. In the past, when we get oversold, there are occasions where we will bounce, but it's not worth putting your life savings on something as vacant of a promise as that. So yeah, I mean, in the short term, I'm looking for a bounce today. In the medium term, we do have a short signal over here on the Ichimoku cloud, so this is a short position in play from this level, from this candle body here, which is about 60,700 or thereabouts. So short signals are in play. Also, if we think about the area that we spoke at the top side of the Bollinger Band on the hourly, this is also where the 200 exponential is, where we found several rejections there. So pretty bearish there on the 4 hourly. So 4 hourly's got short signals and it's a bearish setup. 1 hourly has got a potential bounce in play, and the daily. Let's just admire the daily for what it is. And the daily is hanging on to dear life. On the bottom of the Bollinger Band, 50 simple and exponential moving average all coming in around there. So if we can hold above here, then I'm okay with it. We could meander around here for a few days and turn up and actually be okay with it. But on the daily, what we do have is got a high, a low, a lower high, and a lower low. So all we need to do now is form another lower high, and we basically do have an effective downtrend in play. Over the last 5 days or so, I've been talking about how I was expecting to have a pullback to potentially 55,000, right? Thereabouts. 55,000 is roughly the area. Now, I'll tell you what, we've got a little line in here, but I'll draw a bit of a boxy area, which corresponds to those tops and these bottoms, and this is the area that we should turn around from if we, and like I say, we don't have to, but if we enter into this area. I would be extremely shocked and surprised to see us break down from this level. I just can't see it being possible. I just really don't see the possibility of us breaking down below this level here, 53,700, there, more or less thereabouts. So when we do enter this box, this is the buy zone for those who don't have Bitcoin or want Bitcoin. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but this would be the zone that we would be turning around in. Whether we turn around immediately after a little dip into it, or we come back down all the way down to the bottom, this is where heroes are made, right? Matt Damon will tell you all about being brave and buying crypto. I'm sure he's got his eyes on this area himself, and this is where it would likely turn around, and then from this area would be the last dip. The last dip that I've been referring to on these videos last week, the last dip before the moon, will be within this area. All right. So with that in mind, let's just quickly have a quick look at the total market cap, including Bitcoin. Cup in handle, still playing out. The pullback coming down to the 10 exponential. Conversion baseline cross, meaning continuation of trend. Nothing really to be concerned about of the overall market cap. Now, we have had a significant rally in the past, and we have had significant pullbacks to the 10 exponential, more or less, where we have found decent bounces. This was a giant collapse, a crash, right? And this was chart-based. Again, altcoins were extremely oversold, overbought to the max, really. We were seeing money flow index reads on weeklies on some of these charts of basically 99.9%. It was basically saying if you're ever in a situation like that, you really do have to get out or get your head checked, really, because that's what a lot of these coins were suggesting, and that is probably what led to the bubble pop, which is what it was, really. It was like a bubble pop. And then everyone was kicked down the stairs more and more by all the FUD that came out, so China, Elon Musk, all this lot. But it eventually recovered, and more than just recovered, it formed a very bullish chart formation, being the cup in handle, which is still, in my opinion, playing out. And not that we could say, oh, we'll measure this to the tune of whatever, but I would be looking for the total market cap, including Bitcoin, to reach 4 trillion or more by the end of this cycle. Whether that's this year or into next, couldn't tell you. But there's still a lot more to come. People, I suppose, watch my videos sometimes and they don't even watch them. I think they just look at the thumbnail and base their own. They just imagine what I've said. Some geezer put on something. What you're spreading FUD on the video I made yesterday. I was like, hang on a minute, I was just talking about how bullish everything is. You've clearly not watched the video. I am bullish on this market, and for those who are subscribers and watch me regularly, I'm relatively conservative about price action and where things go. Especially if you watch me on the Patreon, I'm always crushing people's dreams of how high things can go or when to get out and things like that. I'm very conservative when it comes to trading, but I am also very bullish on the market as a whole, even in the face of a dump like today. Even if we were to break down from this 10 exponential, it would bring us down to potentially this 200 exponential. I mean, the 20 simple moving average here. There's no reason why that couldn't happen. I'd be completely fine with that. That's a good $500 billion more or less taken out of the market, bringing us down to that level. It'd still be very much in fitting with a bullish setup, and looking for a very significant bounce and continuation from there. So I am bullish. Don't worry about what thumbnails I use these days. All right, I need to. YouTube's a competitive space. I'm trying to reach people here, but it's all about the content, and the content I'm hopefully providing you is short term potential bounce, medium term potential downside, long term epic upside, right? And this is what I said before the drop. It's what I'm saying in the face of the drop. It's what I'll be saying when we finish the drop and continue to go up. It's the narrative which I'll stick to until it's irrelevant, and I'll have to say I got it wrong. But at the moment, I anticipated the drop. We got it. I'm looking for a small bounce from now. We'll see if that happens over today and tomorrow. I'll be looking for further downside over the coming weeks, and then into next month I'll be looking for continuation up, brand new all-time highs. So we'll see how it goes. Again, when you're trying to clock things out as far in the future as that, it's difficult to get it down to a date. But I am seeing that there is a very strong possibility of everything being able to run towards the end of November into December. And it looks to me to be the case, despite Bitcoin having a further pullback, which it may do, into this zone, which again, you know, for Bitcoin to come down into this zone, just to the top of it, it's only about 3%, to the bottom of it, it's about 9%, so you can imagine what that will do to altcoins generally. But as we all know, altcoins emphasize the downside to Bitcoin, but they will also recover faster in a good, healthy market, which I think we are still very much in. Anyway, don't harvest your kidneys for Bitcoin. Don't sell your house for Bitcoin. Don't do any of that madness, and don't listen to Matt Damon. Make your own decisions based on your own analysis. And if you want to join the Patreon for the live streams, we are doing one tonight. I'm going to talk a little bit about futures trading, as well as look at all the charts you want me to look at as well. Links in the description below. Don't join anything that's not in the links below, because it's not me. There are scammers pretending to be me. So if you want anything affiliated with me, it's on this video, and all the links are in the description. Anyway, I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.